minute. I'll tell you when. All right. We are live, Israel. You see that? I'm going to introduce myself, no doubt. Radawa, destroyer of the Gentiles. And I got with me my beloved brother, Zuriah Solomon, a man of wisdom.
Shalom, shalom, Israel. All praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. Happy Shabbat to y'all out there, man. Y'all keep your head up and grinding in this truth, man. Endure to the end. All right.
So, Israel, what we thought it to be meet was to come unto you. Been getting a lot of feedback, a lot of questions, a lot of inquiries, a lot of interest in this new walk that we're taking and the new channel by which this thing will be everyone will go through. Okay, so we thought it meet to come unto you and and have a discussion about diverse things. I mean, throughout Israel, the law, the scriptures, behaviors of different brothers and sisters, issues, so on and so forth. So the name of the lesson. What was the name of or the discussion? I apologize, Salakia. What was the
Mm-hmm.
name of the discussion, brother, if you will?
Let's grab it real quick. It was, let's go to it. This is profound. In one of all things, Deuteronomy 28:48 discussion. See that?
That's right. In want of all things, Israel.
Mm. Yep,
Deuteronomy
yep.
28th chapter, 48th verse. Now let's discuss this before we get into the rest of the content. It is
Right.
overwhelming. And I don't think we talk about it enough and go off on it. That's why we're having a discussion tonight to let you understand, Israel. It's not always about a lesson. We live a lesson. Okay?
Right.
This is life. This scriptures that we read out of this holy Bible. It's not just about reading. It is about the life that we live, the history of this people called Israel. You understand that? So now, when we think about uh in one of all things, having to go to our oppressor, okay, to obtain whatever it is that we need to sustain ourselves in life. How much more profound can it be said and can it be established that this was the will of the Father as it relates to what He was going to take His chosen people, His people of Israel through. So that means if we want not only the more obvious thing, if we want clothes or food or water, okay, as it says, in thirst, hunger, and in one of those things are obvious. But the less obvious things, like if you want the word of Yahweh, who do we have to go to get it?
Mm-hmm.
It can be very vexing. See that? And so we wanted to come to you and discuss it this night with you about how profound our lives are as it relates to having to go to our oppressors for one of all things. And before I pass it to the brother Zuriah, I just want to say too, Hebrews, listen, do not uh, forget the fact that we are in America. We are one small group of Hebrews. We got brothers and sisters scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. Do you think about when we say stuff like Esau is the white man? Me and the brother Zuriah were watching a video some months ago. A young classroom of our brothers and sisters, babies. They would look like, how old you think they were, brother? Like nine,
But a
10
good,
years old?
yeah, but a good eight to 10. About
Okay.
8 to 10 range. Yep.
So think about the thing, Israel. If we were to go to them and start saying Esau's the white man, they'd probably be scratching their heads saying, I don't know what you're talking about. Their oppressor is not the white man. Their oppressor is a dark man that's darker than damn near every one of us could ever think to be.
Mm-hmm.
And he's called an East Indian. And they're trapped up into Hinduism, Buddhism,
Right.
so on and so forth. So when you talk to them about the white man, they're not going to relate the same. So we have to remember the point is we have to remember that It's not only about what our reality is here in America. We are but a handful of the Hebrews that are scattered throughout four corners of this earth. Go ahead, brother.
Right. No, absolutely right. We gotta understand that just by looking at different environments, different cultures. You know what I mean? Like the brothers are bringing out people in East India. You know what I mean? They're not gonna really relate to the so-called white man being their oppressor like that. They look at their oppressors being somewhat dark as themselves, or a little bit lighter than themselves, or whatever. You see that? So we gotta be able to relate the same message because it's like the scripture said, it goes to the four corners of the earth. With that being said, the same message gotta apply to the four corners of the earth. It can't just vary. Or he's Esau over here, the so-called white man, but then over here he's somebody else. Ain't gotta all be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So you go ahead and take it away, brother. And that also proves Psalms 83 as well. The crafty council. All those nations was in the crafty council, brother.
That is correct. That is
Mm-hmm.
correct. And these things need to be discussed. We're always caught up into doing lessons because it is very necessary that we continue to edify the nation because we are captives, okay, literally, spiritually,
Yep.
and so on and so forth. And so there is no end to the need and the necessity of our continuing to be edified.
Yeah.
So the job's never done. We labor in this as we've told you. And if you can see, the ministry has changed. Those of you who have visited the Destroy Yacht channel before myself and the brother Zuriah Solomon hooked up, you can tell that those those videos, those teachings were about uh, I guess, battling against the dissension within Israel. Again, I just did the video not too long ago, maybe a week or two. Very good response on awakened Israel being taught wrong. I don't think you understand how profound this is. We were taught wrong. Okay, after you were taught Deuteronomy 28, you were kind of left out there on your own. Okay, well, yeah, we're gonna teach you about the laws, but you know how to read. You can read for yourself about the laws. Okay, not saying that the information that these camps were propagating was in an entirety misguided and wrong. That's not the case. Yes, I've been hard on them and all of those brothers because they needed it because they're full of shit. Okay, but not entirely. Okay, and so in the midst of all of this, we didn't get other foundational understandings that were most essential to our attaining to uh to the kingdom,
Mm-hmm.
like wisdom. We didn't get that. Nobody stopped long enough to tell us that there was more to this than Esau's the white man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
so go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it's definitely more to it than Esau, the so-called white man, and all this other garbage, man. That's not gonna get you in the kingdom. It's not gonna keep you from the kingdom. See what I'm saying? We gotta. What must I say? It's not gonna get you in the kingdom. That's the most important thing. Teach ye the kingdom of heaven. That's what the Yahweh Shah the Mashiach said. The Lord said when he was on this earth. Teach the kingdom. He didn't speak Esau one time out of his mouth. You see that? He was teaching wisdom. He was speaking in parables. Now, how you going to obtain the parable or get the understanding of a parable if you don't have any wisdom? You see that? So if they don't teach you no wisdom, you're not gonna get what the parables are. That's the point. So we're here to teach you the basics. Get you into understand. It's not really basic, but this is something they should have taught you before. And continually teach you these things instead of just about these nations. They all got an end game, and it's all gonna come to an end real soon. But what's gonna get you to the kingdom is the question. See what I'm saying? That falls under wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. All right. So with that, we're gonna jump right into this joint real quick.
Again, it is called in want of all things. That's the discussion. Deuteronomy 28 and 48. So the obvious things, let me go to the scripture so that we can read it verbatim. Deuteronomy 28 and 48. It,
Yep.
it is and it's going to read, um, 1 second. Therefore, thou shalt serve thine enemies. which the
Mm,
Lord Yahweh shall send against thee. The Lord sent these enemies against Israel. We didn't just pop up out of nowhere and find ourselves in captivity. You understand that?
that's right.
He's going to send them against thee in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness.
Mm,
So food, water, and clothing. Those are basic essentials for man's life. Okay. And we can go to the scripture and get that as well.
mm,
And when you think about that, if you only think about that, that's where your mind stays trapped.
yep.
But there are other wants in that we have to go to our oppressors for that are much more uncomfortable spiritually, like the word of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai.
Yeah.
How twisted is it that we have to go to the very man that caused the whole earth to think Hamashiach Yahweh Shai was blind, a white man with blonde hair and blue eyes. But as soon as I'm reading the scripture and I read a word right here and it says uh something, and then I gotta go look into the definition. Well, whose definition is it? Whose language is it? I don't speak Paleo Hebrew. I got a couple of words, and I know brothers and sisters are trying to reconnect, but who's to say that's correct?
Right. Right.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
So again, in one of all things, we have to go to our oppressor. And again, every Hebrew's oppressor is not the same. We're scattered throughout the four corners.
Yeah.
So let's dive into it, brother. If you got some things you want to get into, I think we've set it up well to make them understand the basis of this discussion.
Yeah. Because again, Yahweh Shai, that's why people sat there. The disciples, check out why the disciples even asked Yahweh Shai the question as to ask him, why are you speaking in parables? You see that? Why are you speaking in parables? The question that will ask the brothers out here without using the disciples' answer or his answer to the disciples as a guide to help you. What would your understanding be as to why he's speaking in parables in the first place? You see that? And how would you be able to obtain what he's saying through these parables without wisdom? You're not gonna get that parable understanding with them dark sentences. You're not gonna understand that by just saying Esau the white man all day. His kingdom gonna collapse. We already understand that. Now what's next? How are we gonna get to the next kingdom? We know how his kingdom gonna fall, but how are we gonna get to the next one? You see that? They don't teach you these things, these very, very, very important essential things to understand when it comes to breaking down the scriptures. I told y'all before that it comes to the point where you have different languages in the Bible, but it's a totally different language that the Bible speaks. And that's the parabolic or the spiritual, people say metaphysical, you know what I'm saying, understanding to it. All right. So that's why you always correlate man with seed, or the relationship with man and seeds, or sowing seed, or plowing, or reaping, such and such and so forth. You see that? Showing you that it's a deeper understanding to what you may just think. But he's giving you a personification to help you understand that what you don't understand. All right. So with that being said, we're gonna jump right into this Deuteronomy real quick and read this. And we got some more stuff for y'all. All right.
And before we do that, Israel, I gotta bang it on you one more time till you overstand. Okay. Let's hear the words of Hamashiach once again. This is the new walk. And if you are a Hebrew, if you're an Israelite and you say, man, I ain't doing that, I don't have to start over. I know what the hell I'm doing. Well, let's see if whether or not your Lord and Savior agrees with you. At the same time came the disciples unto Yahushua, saying, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven? And Yahushua called a little child unto him and set him in the midst of them. And he said, verily, constantly, I say unto you, except ye be converted and become as little children, ye shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven. Stop right there. What the hell you doing any of the of what you're doing for if you're not going into the kingdom?
Mm-hmm.
You can have fringes and keep your beard and keep the Sabbath all you want. You have been told You will not be justified by the law.
Yeah. I don't think they understand
Okay?
that, dog.
This wonderful counselor
Mm-hmm.
told you the requisite is that you become as a little child. Go ahead and break that
Right.
down to him, brother, before we
Yeah.
go into this reading of Deuteronomy.
Yeah, to become as a little child, basically telling you, don't be, boasted in your own understanding. Don't be prideful. Don't be walk around like you got pride on your shoulders, like you somebody. Yahweh Shah was healing people all day and was telling that particular person, don't go tell nobody else I did that. When the last time you Negroes healed somebody from leprosy?
Hmm.
You see that? That you may go tell somebody that you have done something. You ain't did nothing. That's the point. So what you boasting
including
for? Mm-hmm.
including awakening. I've told you before, Israel.
Yeah,
We have awakened no man or no woman. Okay, Yahweh
right.
Shai himself said, no man can come to me unless he be drawn to me by the Father.
That's right.
So even he's telling you he didn't even wake you up. The
Right,
Father must draw you. You see that? That's
right.
humility.
That's right. And you're not gonna get any of the gifts
Okay?
that's given unto you, like understanding how to interpret tongues or to have faith. People understand that faith is a gift that you get from the Most High. Same with wisdom, same with knowledge and understanding. You don't get that by yourself. You don't just get that from a book. You see that the Most High has to give you that. All
How
right, go ahead, brother.
profound is that? Did
It's
you know
crazy, man.
that? So see, that's
Yeah,
news. If you didn't know it, think
yeah.
about the thing and listen to what's being said to you. We labor in this constantly, all day, every day, trying to understand what is this message telling us. The message in here is showing us how to attend to the kingdom. It's not like this is a carrot being held out in front of a greyhound, and as he runs faster he goes, the carrot goes faster. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
No, this ain't no game. The Most High is letting us understand if you want it bad enough, come get it. And the only way you can get it is to know the word of that's within this Bible. And it's not to so you can show the next man how many scriptures you know, because it don't matter about how many scriptures you know. Do you know what the scriptures are
You know what
saying?
they're saying, yeah. It don't matter how many scriptures you can recite. This ain't a recital, bro. You see that? Oh, I can spit 100 scriptures to you from Genesis to Revelations. I know every verse. Do you know what it's saying, though, brother? You don't care about how many verses you can recite. He said, meditate on the scripture, basically meaning, let that be you. You understand what I'm saying? Marinate in these scriptures. Don't just read it. You know what I'm saying? All right,
Let us read
let's
Luke
get it.
in the 8th chapter. Because this is the process. When you are awakened, imagine it. Now, I've said it to you before, but I need to say it to you again. Think about the thing, Israel. When you are in your ignorant state before hearing the word, just think a man told you everything you never knew on the face of the earth, which is the most important thing on the face of the earth. He introduced you to the fact that you, chosen people, you are Israel. The Most High God of Israel is true and real. How did he do that? He proved it to you. The Most High didn't ask you to believe in him. Okay? He proved it to you by way of prophecy. Deuteronomy 28th chapter is not just something to read.
Right,
This is your life, Negroes. Every word in it, the life you lead all day, and every other Negro around you leads that same life. You should read Deuteronomy 28 every day.
yep,
So we're going to read Luke in the 8th chapter right quick, and we're going to see about this process, which we go through when we're coming out of darkness into the light of the word of Yahweh. You understand that? Now
right.
I'm going to pick it up at the 5th verse. Luke 8 and 5. A sower went out to sow his seed. And as he sowed, some fell by the wayside,
Mm,
and it was trodden down, and the fowls of the air devoured it. And some fell upon a rock, and as soon as it was sprung up, it withered away because it lacked moisture.
Mm.
And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up with it and choked it. And other fell on good ground and sprang up and bear fruit an hundredfold. Again, brother just spoke to you. Why does Hamashiach speak in parables?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now we're going to skip down to the 11th. Now, hear the thing good. Now, the parable is this. See how I didn't leave you out there? It's telling you what the parable is.
Mm.
Now, the parable is this: the seed is the word of Yahweh.
Mm.
Your only chance, Israel, the word of Yahweh, because you're not coming out of captivity on your own.
Nah.
Nothing's
Uh-uh.
changing. Okay, you're not gonna do better. And let me tell you something else. If you think in your mind doing better is because you get you a bigger car or a
Mm.
bigger house or some more money in your bank account,
Right.
you ain't understanding. We need to go over the scriptures with you. We need to read together
That's right.
so that you can understand. That's the last thing you want.
Yep.
Hamashiach is not coming back to save the rich, but the poor,
That's right.
brokenhearted. Understand that? The captives, those in prison.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, so let's read on. You want to say something, brother?
Yeah. I mean, just the ones that's in the chains of darkness. I mean, I know a lot of people familiar with that. What is the chain of darkness? You see that? What is the great war that nobody's speaking of? That the scriptures always talk about. That's a verse for that too. We're gonna get in that in a minute. But it's a great war that's going on right now. And the scriptures tell you what that war is. Do you know what that war is? All right. We'll get that in a second. Go ahead, brother.
Those by the wayside are
Mm-hmm.
they that hear. Then cometh the devil
Mm.
and taketh away the word out of their hearts, lest they should believe and be saved. Listen to that. Wait a minute. Let me read that again. Hear the thing,
Wow.
Israel. See, when you're reading, you need to read with your brothers and your sisters. You see that? That we ain't doing it enough. You think because you convocate with a bunch of niggas and y'all talk about this and that you're doing something. No, the convocating was to be in the word, not just to say, oh, I like your outfit or how you been and how the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, damn how the kids work. See that? They not gonna do well because you ain't doing well.
Mm-hmm.
You see that? How they gonna learn and you ain't learn?
Mm.
Talking about Esau all the day.
That's right.
Okay, let me read that again. Those by the wayside are they that hear. Then cometh the devil and taketh away the word out of their hearts,
Mm.
lest they should believe and be saved.
Wow.
See that?
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, brother. Break that
That's
down to him
that's
before
prof-
we're gonna take it slow.
that's profound. I mean, that's why it says when the word gets into you and seed, which is the word, gets into your mind, gets into your heart. Here come tribulation. Here come the devil. Right? We know the Most High does not tempt. He has the devil on the left hand side of the angels, all of them, whoever they are. They do their work for him to see if you're gonna stay in here. See that? See if you're gonna be tempted to leave or you're gonna stay. You're gonna endure. Sirach 2, the second chapter, 2 and 1. You see that? If thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation.
Hmm.
Why did he tell you that? He knew as soon as you get this word, temptation or manyfold temptations are going to come upon you. You see that?
Read it again, brother.
Sirach 2:1. Let me grab that real quick.
Let
I
me
need to
let me take
understand
a
that.
quick break. Hold on, I'll be right back.
All right.
Okay.
Sirach 2:1. It says, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Verse 2 says, set thy heart aright and constantly endure and make not haste in time of trouble. So when you get into this truth, you're going to face trouble. You're going to face tribulation. You see that you're going to face hard times and manyfold temptations. Yahweh Shai was tempted as well. Matter of fact, Yahweh Shai in Luke 4 was tempted with suicide, man. The devil tried to make him kill himself. You see that? So you going to go through temptations all the time in Israel, in this walk. You got to. Because this is what's going to keep you strong. This is what's going to make you pure. You got to go through the fiery furnace of adversity to make you pure. All right. Verse starting at verse 3 in Sirach 2, it says, cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. So when you are changed to a lower state, be patient and still be cheerful. You see that? Be cheerful when you change to a lower state, Israel. It's for a reason. Make you stronger. Because if you're going through good times all the time, what's the point of that? How is he making you more precious than fine gold? If you are alright all the time, he's walking around, you chilling. You at the beach every day of the week, you chilling. What tribulation are you going through to make you a hard man out here? See that? Can't. Verse 4, it says in Sirach chapter 2, it says, for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Do you understand what that's saying? I'll read it one more time. For gold is tried in the fire. You see how pretty gold is, right? See, it don't just look pretty like that. You got to go through a fire first. Then it says an acceptable men, not unacceptable, but acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. See that? So you got to go through adversity in order for you to be acceptable in the eye of the Most High. All right? Go ahead, brother. I ain't want to go off on a tangent. Go ahead.
No, no, no. You need to go off on a tangent. They're listening, and you need to continue to edify them in
Hey, look,
wisdom. You understand
I
that?
get, man, when I get into these
Oh,
wisdom scriptures, I don't stop, man.
go
You
ahead.
know?
Go ahead. We listening. I'm listening. I'm learning.
All
Learn
right.
much things from you, brother.
Let's jump back to this joint real quick. I'm gonna start at verse 6 in Sirach 2. It says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall. So have patience in this walk. May he always tell you, woe unto them who lost patience. See that? Woe unto them that lost patience in the last days. You got all the way to this point, and all of a sudden you just gonna drop the ball now. See that? You don't care no more.
Hmm.
All right. Let's jump down real quick. I want to
All
show y'all
right.
something.
So go ahead.
One more verse. I'm gonna show y'all something real quick. All right. Verse 14 is Sirach. It's the last verse. I'm gonna let the brother take over. It says, woe unto you that lost patience. See that? Woe unto you that have lost patience. And what will you do when the Lord shall visit you? What you gonna do, man? When the Lord come visit, because you lost your patience. What you gonna do at your last end when he come visit you? Tell him I'm sorry? That ain't gonna cut it. All right. So endure. All right. Go ahead, brother.
So we'll pick back up and listen, listen, listen to the thing. Okay. Um, the brother is telling you, he's walking it down to you slowly. Wisdom is not to just be swallowed down whole. Chew that. You see that? Break it down into fine, small pieces. Okay. Now I'm gonna pick back up in the parable because we're gonna continue talking about uh when you first hear the word. Because all of us that have heard it had that experience. We all remember that first time when we heard it. This process of the sower and the seed that took place happened to all of us, and it's going to happen to all of our other brothers and sisters who, when they have their first time to hear the word, they're going to face the same thing. Now I'm going to pick up at verse 13 of the eighth chapter of Luke. They on the rock are they which, when they hear, receive the word with joy, and these have no root,
Mm,
which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away.
mm. Wow.
You see
See
that?
that?
This parable of the sower is telling you the process by which you have to undergo this process when you come into the truth.
That's right. And like
Okay.
we just
So
read,
now I'm gonna read. Go ahead. Go ahead.
now so like we had just read in Sirach 2, when you come to serve the Lord, you're gonna be faced with temptations. All these different sowing of the seeds and everything are people that I know that people know every day. You see that? You know somebody right now that was in the truth, that fell out the truth by one of these ways, according to Luke 8. See that? Showing you that this book is a living book. All right. Read that verse 13 one more time, brother.
They on the rock are they, which, when they hear, receive the word with joy.
So they
And
hear the word with
these,
joy. They are happy. They
mhm,
ecstatic. I'm happy I'm an Israelite, brother. I'm teaching they teach they look, they going around everybody saying I'm an Israelite. Then what happens? Go ahead.
but because they have no root,
Mm.
which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away.
You see that? So they start going through some temptation. They don't want no more work. See what I'm saying? They don't want no more smoke with the most high. They done. See
Man,
that?
I
They
ain't
wasn't
talking
rooted.
about, because think about something. I had to cut you off. I'm sorry.
Oh, you go.
Think about something. When like the scripture's telling you, you're overcome with joy when you first hear it. Oh, I'm an Israelite. The Most High is real. He loves us. We ain't just some niggas. We ain't some
Right.
jungle bunnies. You see that?
Right. Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
then when you find out what it is to be a Hebrew, you got this blood covenant with the Most High God. You see that? And He has requirements of you. You understand that? He has a law. You can't just do what you want to do. You can't even think what you want to think. And see, when you come into the truth of that and you find out that this walk is no plaything, okay? It's gonna separate you from the rest of the earth and all the people, the inhabitants thereof.
Mm-hmm.
And then you say, man, I gotta learn this book and I gotta keep all of these laws and I got all of these requirements. Okay. But to whom much is given, much is required.
That's right.
So to be the chosen people of the Most High, that was huge. He gave you everything.
Mm.
So he requires everything. You understand that?
Right.
Now I'm gonna finish that up. They uh they on the rock, they on the rock are they, which when they hear, receive the word with joy. And these have no root, which for a while believe, and in time of temptation fall away. It's too much for them.
Mm-hmm.
And that which fell among thorns are they, which, when they have heard, go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life.
Mm.
See, and that's what this is not about. Again, we were just talking about it. You might think, oh, I need to build up my treasures on earth,
Right.
get a better car, better house, better clothes, more money in my bank account. Well, what did it just say? Let me read it again. And that which fell among thorns are they, which, when they have heard, go forth and are choked with cares and riches and pleasures of this life, and bring no fruit to perfection.
Mm.
See that, Israel? Are you hearing the thing?
That's right. I got a precept for that too.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
For
Align.
this first line is right. I got First Timothy 6:9. It says, "But they that be rich fall into temptation and the snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition." See that?
Hmm.
So you for the cares of this world has gotten you to the point where you don't care about nothing else but the Most High speaks about. You only care about all your lust, all your temptations.
And I have a
See that?
line to that. And here the thing, Israel. You
Mm-hmm.
hear the brothers teach you. Uh, precept upon precept upon precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little and there a little. Go back and read the 28th chapter of Isaiah. It's not talking about that. That's not the Most High God teaching Israel. Here's how you read the Bible. Not true. It's not the way it is. Okay, but there's a little bit of truth in it. Now, let me take you over here to the 12th chapter of Luke. Okay, we were talking about building up your treasures here in this world. Okay, uh, let me go back to uh, let's hear this. Let's hear this rich man about this rich man right quick. And he spake a parable unto them, another parable, saying, the ground of a certain rich man brought forth plentifully. And he thought within himself, saying, what shall I do? Because I have no room for where, no room where to bestow my fruits. And he said, this will I do. I will pull down my barns and build greater, and there will I bestow all my fruits and my goods. And I will say to my soul, soul, thou hast much goods laid up for many years. Take thine ease,
Mm.
eat, drink, and be merry. But Yahweh said unto him, thou fool,
That's right.
thou fool, this night thy soul shall be required of thee. Then whose shall those things be which thou hast provided? Now, how much clearer than 2 minutes ago when we started talking about the examples of other Hebrews who are storing up their goods on this earth in this life?
That's right.
Meanwhile, the Most High is saying to you, this night, your soul is going to be required of you, meaning you're going to pass away. Then he asked you, now who's all of that stuff going to belong to that you built up?
Right.
See that? The dead spend no money. Now I'm going to go to back to the 15th and the 8th verse, in the 8th chapter, 15th verse. But that on the good ground are they which in an honest and good heart, having heard the word, keep
Mm.
it and bring forth fruit with patience. The brother just talked to you about patience. Go ahead.
That's right. It's all about patience, man. All right. Scriptures always speak to you about having patience, especially with the Most High. You see that? Because there are some that say, "Oh, the Most High is tearing in His arrival. He's not gonna come." You see that? That's what they're thinking, and with that same thought, they go right back into the world. See what happens? So, with that same mindset, that lust, that temptation, you start to go back into the world. All right. So, woe unto you that have lost patience. All right. Weird, brother.
Now, and think about it. This what we're doing right now, having this discussion. We don't even know where in the hell we're going.
Nope.
Doesn't have it had no may have had a beginning, but it doesn't have an end. We don't know where it's going to end. But this will not be the first. This may be the first, but it will not be the last of these. And listen to me. Get in contact with us if you want to be come on live with us, be a part of this dialogue and make contribution to the edification of Israel. Come let us know. You come on. We love to have guests. It is your right to be here, Israel.
Now,
We
check
ain't
this out.
special. We ain't nobody.
You got a brother in the chat by the name of Kanaz Daniel. He's saying he been trying to contact you, brother, for a while through WhatsApp. Um, he's saying yeah, I get a reply, tell him to put him on phone on or something. So I guess his brother Kanaz is a little hot about that.
What's his name?
Kanaz, I'm not sure who you are, brother. Uh, but I'm sure I can assure you the brother is not trying to duck you or none of that.
Tell him
He
to
might
hell
not.
with that app. And listen, brother, pick up that phone,
Uh
man.
huh.
And because I don't
Hmm.
know, I don't have the app that you're talking about. What did he say the name of it is?
WhatsApp.
I don't
WhatsApp.
have a WhatsApp. I've had it before, but I don't have that on my phone any longer. I give out the number, and if you're in another kingdom and you cannot afford to call, you need to get in contact and let us know that. Like right now, leave your information, brother. Leave a number. We'll make it happen. Don't jump to conclusions and think that we don't want to get with you and label with you and converse with you and do these things. It's not the case. We're doing it right now, brother. We're reading your comment right now. You
Mm,
see that? So leave your information, brother. Let's do this. Go in. The number is 727-300-8755. Again, 727-300-8755. Radawa. Or you can reach the brother Zuriah Solomon on here. It's no problem.
right. Matter of fact, yeah, I can drop.
Okay?
I'm trying to get this joint real quick. Brother say he has a WhatsApp. Let me see. All right, brother. If you have a WhatsApp, you can contact us, or you can contact me. Let me see here. Contact my line as well. Give you this number here. Yeah, act right for me. I can grab it for you. All right. And we're gonna show you, brother, that nobody here is ducking you, my brother. I promise you, man. You know, everybody was doing that. You can reach me at 202-753-8368. All right, 202-753-8368. Hit my line up, man. We out here. All right, let's proceed, brother. Go ahead, take it away.
All right. Now, Israel, many things going on. So we, like I said, we had a beginning to this. We don't have an end already established as to where this will end. This will be the first of many discussions like these because we've been wanting to have them for weeks, and finally, through the Spirit, it has taken place tonight. So we're going to do it. And if you want to be a part of these discussions, you have contribution to make, you have questions, you have even contentions. We're not like these camps that nobody can get in touch with us. So we have these open lines where they run you out of there as soon as you start questioning them on the shit that they teach.
Mm,
We want you to question us on what we teach because we teach directly off of the pages within this book. You understand that? At all times. And when the word says, if any man should speak, let's get that. We need to get in that. What is that in
right. Tomorrow.
first and second
Yeah,
Peter?
Peter. Let's grab it real
I mean,
quick.
or is it Timothy?
Let me grab it real quick. I got you.
If any man should speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahweh, not as his own self.
All right. First Peter
See
four
that?
and
Now that's
11.
the very thing. Let's discuss that.
Uh,
See, because Israel, let me show you where you err at. You err because you allow them to speak out of their own heart.
that's right.
If any man comes to you and says something and you're not familiar with it and you don't know it to be a fact, tell him, give me the book, the chapter, and the verse. Otherwise, get on out my face.
Yep.
See that? Because if he's following according to this book, this word, he will speak as the oracles. You understand that?
Right.
Hold on, we got a call from a brother right here.
Yep. I got the precept over the line for you real quick. First Peter 4:11.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, "If any man speak, let him speak as
Shalom,
the
brother. We on
oracles
we
of
on we on
Elohim."
the live lessons. You're gonna have to call us back.
Well, I've been seeing you, bro. I told you come in contact with me. I had you on WhatsApp. You brought out a scripture about these lying ass, stinking ass camps. I messaged you back to no reply.
Brother, again, we're on the live chat. We're on the live discussion right now. We're gonna get together. Are you listening, brother? Are you listening? I said, are you listening, brother? I just told you, you are one of many Hebrews, okay? Don't put yourself in front of all the rest of your brothers and sisters, okay? So me and you are gonna talk after we adjourn from this particular discussion. Back or you call me back, all right?
Yes, bro.
Yes, sir, brother. I remember who you are. I know very well who you are. See, our young brother right there, he lives over in one of the islands. Okay. So it's not always easy for that brother just to pick up the phone like it is from us from state to state. Costs too much money, and we poor men. Okay. So I labor with that fella and helped him to understand that all people are not children of Yahweh. And so now he's been going on his about his process of coming into the truth and tracking it down. So he needs more help. And that's why this new channel that is not going to have videos about Esau and Mexicans, okay, that you've seen us do. If you need that information, Destroy Yah of the Gentiles channel is still up. And we're still going to minister unto those in cap, those in prison, because that's where you at if you're on the Destroy Yah channel and only thinking it's about in mixed Mexicans and Esau being the white man and stuff. That means you're still in captivity in your mind and your spirit.
Yeah. Let me grab that precept one more time because we got
Okay.
interrupted right there. Let me grab it one more time about the oracles. All right. First Peter 4:11. It says, "If any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Elohim. If any man minister, let him do it. Let him do it as the ability which Yahweh giveth. That Yahweh in all things may be glorified through Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, to whom be praise and dominion forever and ever. Amen."
Mm, profound. Now, let me tell you something, Israel. I told you when I came into the truth, I crawled out of a hole. You understand that? But by the grace of the Most High, and He allowed me to come into the truth of His Word, and it has taken much time, but it has been a journey that I would I wouldn't turn back and I wouldn't change a thing about it. And now, my brothers, with the help of my sisters, you see that I have attained to the understanding and the knowledge of the Most High, to where I can become more of a help. You see that? And that's what you are to be doing. You are to take in this knowledge, this understandings that you get, and help. And after you finish helping, I've told you before, help some more.
That's right.
Charity is greater than faith.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. And now,
And if the brother just read the verse about speaking as the oracles of Yahweh, understand how important that is. That means if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles. That means if he speaks not, let's go to Isaiah 8 and 20, because that's a line, not a precept. A precept means a commandment. You
right,
understand that, Israel? So when we say, I got a precept to that, you got a commandment to that? See, but
right.
we've been taught wrong. You heard the brother just say it again. Got a precept because he's been
Yep,
conditioned
got
like
conditioned
I
to say
have,
it.
like
Yep,
you have.
that's right.
That's not correct. A line connects a precept to a precept, a commandment to a commandment. So we have a line that connects a verse and understanding to another verse and another understanding. Now let's get some more understanding in Isaiah 8 and 20. If I'm not mistaken, Isaiah 8 and 20. And it will
Mm-hmm.
read, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. So if any man gives you information in the name of the Most High and his one and only begotten Son, and is not according to this word, that means there is no light in him.
Right,
You see that?
right,
So these are foundational understandings, things that you must understand about what you're reading and about the message that the Most High is giving unto Israel. You understand that? So that you are not deceived. Let no man deceive you. How can you prevent that if you don't know the word of the Most High, which just told you, hold all other Hebrews to the standard of speaking directly from the text.
mm,
Now, uh, I want to get I wanted to get I think it's if thou wilt thou shalt be taught. Where am I?
that's in Sirach. Um,
Sirach,
right up,
and it is the what is that?
let's go
Sirach.
there real quick. That was a profound. That whole scripture is Sirach 6. That whole chapter go crazy. Sirach
I got
6
it.
and 32.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
See, this is what you have to be willing to do. Hear every godly discourse. You see,
mm,
okay?
right, right,
That's how you're going to learn. That's how you're going to understand how it is that you can attain to everlasting life. It's not something you imagine.
right.
Let's pick it up at 32. We're going to do the lesson on the whole chapter, but quickly,
That's right.
just for the purpose of continuing about this discussion, we want you to understand, uh, my son, if thou wilt, thou shalt be taught. And if thou wilt apply thy mind, thou shalt be prudent. If thou love to hear, not talk, if thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding.
Mm. Look at that,
And
brother.
if thou bow,
Look at that right there, my family. Look at
excuse
that.
me,
All
I was just going to read it and then I'm going to let you take it away. I want you to break it down.
go ahead. Uh
And if thou
Bring it up.
bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
Yep,
Go ahead, brother.
yep. Now I was about to say, if you look at this verse from 32 down to 33, it's giving you formulas as to obtain or how to obtain what's being spoken of prior to it. Right? My son, if thou wilt, right? If you are willing, thou shalt be taught. And if thou will apply thy mind, so if you apply your mind, right? Thou shalt be prudent. So apply the wisdom that's within your mind. Discretion. See that? If thou love to hear, that means you ain't got no pride. You love to hear, you love to listen. All right. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. So that means if you ain't willing to hear, you ain't gonna get understanding. That's what it's telling you. You're not gonna get it. You all right? And if thou bow thine ear, all right, same thing. Thou shalt be wise. So it's telling you how to obtain these things. How do you obtain it? By doing exactly what it takes you to do. Be willing to listen. Be willing to bow down thine ear. All right. Be willing to receive understanding. All right. Wait, brother. I gotta
Then it
listen for the
reads,
formulas, man. The formulas are very, very key to this book. It's giving you formulas all the time. All right.
then it will read, stand in the multitude of the elders. Bring out the verse, brother, where it's not about the gray hair on your head, like you see in my
Oh yeah.
beard right here. Not about your age. Stand in the multitude of the elders and cleave unto him that is wise. Okay? Be willing to hear every godly discourse. Now, what does that word discourse mean? Just in case there are any of us among us that need to come to that understanding.
Say which one you talking about?
Discourse,
Let's go back to it real
written or spoken
quick.
communication or debate,
Oh, yeah.
or even debate.
Mm. That's a discourse, huh,
Okay?
brother?
That's a discourse. And the scripture just told you be willing to hear every godly, Yahwehly discourse. So that doesn't mean run away. And let me say this one more thing. Judah Israel, like I said, me and the brother, we reconciled. But the moment I told him, be willing to hear every godly discourse, crickets. Brother, I'm talking to you right now. Hit me up. You called me then. Why you didn't call me back? Call me back. And all of the Hebrews out here who've been wanting to see this reconciliation, it has begun. It's a process. Okay. First, we have to go by the words of this book. See that? And do them as the scripture tells you. And do them, not just hear 'em. Okay? So we want that brother back. Okay? We want all the brothers and sisters either back or for the first time. And the only way to do that is to bring them in and go about godly discourse. You understand that? Go ahead, brother.
That's right.
I know you got something for them.
That's right. That's right. We're gonna jump to one verse real quick. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon 2 real quick. Matter of fact, no, let's not jump there. I don't want that. I don't want that. I want to find that verse I want. All right. This is the verse that tells you, it's not about the age,
That's the
not
one.
about how old you are, it's about the wisdom that you obtain. See
Mm-hmm.
that? That's what makes you a man of wisdom. That's what makes you an aged man or gray hair. It ain't about that. It ain't about how old you are. All right. I'll find that in a second. All right. Let's see what we got for the family though. Was you done with that Luke 8? Cause now
Yeah.
I got some. Uh
Yeah, I was done with Well, with Luke 8, I think yeah, we read all of the parable of the sower.
Okay.
Hmm.
Shoot. Now I be trying to tell people in Israel. Now I don't know how many people are familiar with the Proverbs 7 woman. I know a lot of brothers who've been following the channel. They are familiar with Proverbs 7 and the woman that is in Proverbs 7. Now I don't know if they understand though. That there is the righteous wisdom or the righteous woman who gives you just as hard of a time, but just to see just how much she can trust you to allow you to gain more wisdom and understanding from her. You see that? That woman right there is the woman you want. Don't cast her off or be in disarray by this woman because this is the good woman. You see that? This is the good woman, the good wisdom that you need. And with that wisdom, you need to be able to understand that she's going to give you a hard time. It says she's going to walk by you crookedly. I don't think you understand that. She's going to walk by you crookedly with dread and fear. Okay? She's going to scare you. She's going to scare you to death, man. All right? There's other wisdom, the good wisdom. Not Proverbs 7. All right? And with her doing that, she's trying to trust you. All right? That's Sirach, the 4th chapter. We're going to do a whole lesson on that Lord will the next channel, or we might, I guess make a new video on that. I just wanted to touch up on that real quick. Just real quick on for the family, real quick, so y'all can understand what's going on. All right, Sirach 4:17. All right, just talking about wisdom. It says, "For at first she will walk with him by crooked ways. For at first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul and try him by her laws." You see that? Verse 18. Then will she return the straight way unto him. So you got to go through all the torment, fear, dread, all that. You got to go through all that fire and tribulation. You got to receive that from her. Then it said, then will she return the straight way unto him and comfort him and show him her secrets. You see that? Then verse 19 goes on to say, but if he go wrong, she will forsake him and give him over to his own ruin or to his own lust. You see that? That's the righteous wisdom. So don't get her confused with Proverbs 7. This is why you should go through and be cheerful and happy that you're going through tribulation. You could be about to obtain that wisdom. But if you go away from her, she's going to forsake you and give you over to your ruin. You see that? That's a scary old deal. You got to understand just how serious that is. All right? Wait,
Hmm.
brother.
Well, since you said that,
Uh,
uh, let me just go here quickly. Since you said that,
for the sister Naya Long, what time do y'all come on? We don't have a set date, sister. But we'll come up with a schedule. We'll produce a schedule. We'll try to get Israel on a schedule with us. Lord will. Okay.
stick with the schedule, Israel.
And stick
Because
with
listen to me.
it.
So
Right.
many times, listen, let me tell you something. I spend most of my every day on the earth fearful. Did I do this right? Did I do that right? Am I doing well enough over here? Fear all day, every day. What does the Most High talk to us about all the time? Fear. Fear in the Most High. You understand that? And I don't think
Mm.
you understand that if you're not saying, Amen, brother, or Amen, not Amen, but Alawaya. See that? Because you got to know that. And if you're not afraid right now, because the fact that you know that you have been dismissing the wisdom of this book, the wisdom of the message that the Most High is sending, because the only thing you're worried about is let me find some more scriptures so I can try to prove Esau is the white man.
Right.
See that? That's not going to get you into the kingdom.
Mm.
That is not knowledge.
That's right.
Nobody knows if Esau is the white man.
Cause
Period. Get
we
that
got
straight.
plenty, we got plenty of things to show that it can, and so many things that show that it might not be.
Thank
So
you.
who cares? Is he gonna get
Hebrews,
to the kingdom? Is the question. Is he getting to the kingdom, and are you gonna get to the kingdom by not knowing that, or are you gonna get to the kingdom by knowing that? What is the answer to that question? That's going to
mm,
determine whether or not we go search out who Esau is. You see that? That's the importance of it. Yahweh Shah made no mention of it. Neither did Revelation make a mention of it. See that? All right.
Hebrews 12th chapter. I'm just going to pick up right here because the brother just got to talking to you about that woman, that wisdom, woman of wisdom who's going to take you through all of these things. And I'm going to give you a line to that and line it up. Hebrews in the 12th chapter, 5th verse. And ye have forgotten the exhortation with which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou chastening of the Lord Yahweh, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him.
Mm.
For whom the Lord Yahweh loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. Or this could, or Yahweh shot. Each one in the same. They're not going to ever depart from one another. Another thing, see, when it says Lord, which one is it talking about? See that? Difficulties. Don't be embarrassed about this, Israel, to say you don't know. Okay? Again, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth. I just don't like using that word Lord. Okay? I prefer it if it tells me it's talking about Yahweh or it's talking about Yahweh Shai. Okay? For whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not?
Mm.
But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then ye are bastards
Mm.
and not sons. Did you hear that, Israel? So if you are not chastened, if you are not taken through the things the brother just brought out to you, that wisdom even will do unto you. Ye are not sons, but instead ye are bastards. So the
Right.
next time you're going through these things, which brothers I talk to every day, they're going through things. One day up, next day down. One day everything's good with the family. Next thing the family is in shambles.
Right.
One day you're making enough money to take care of everybody. Next day your ass is laid off.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If you ain't going through these things, that means the Most High is not with
You
you.
ain't dealing
What did
with
it
you.
just say?
That's right. Because remember what the process was. You got to go through the fire. You got to go through adversity in order for your soul. Matter of fact, let's grab that verse real quick. Let me grab that.
Let's go.
All right, let me grab something for y'all real quick, man. It's profound. Like, I understand this is the fiery child of your faith. All right.
And while he's doing that, Israel, let me tell you something. There are 3,000 subscribers. Many of them might be some white people who they can come to the channel too, but I mean, for what? But they welcome it as long as they don't run their mouth. They're not permitted to speak. Okay? Again, holy ground is what you will be on. Okay? Um,
Mm.
but out of all of these people that are these Hebrews that subscribe to this channel, okay, because you fell in love with fireworks, destroy y'all going off on Mexicans or going off on these lying niggas in these camps or something like that, okay? Which I pray for that they turn around, but there must be heresies. So understand that. But if you don't show up to the truth, the purity of the ministry according to how Mashiac laid it down to our fathers, the disciples, your ass. You understand that? I'm
Right.
telling you right now, because we ain't looking for nothing. We don't get paid a dime. We don't seek, if anything. What we seek is to give. See that? Charity. Okay? I don't be upset with you if you don't show up because we're gonna learn together. We're gonna do nothing but read.
Right.
That's all
Yep.
we do is every word out of this book.
That's right. You're not going to hear no doctrines. You're not going to hear none of that. It's going to be strictly from what the scriptures said. And on top of that, we might even get into another segment. We're going to try to get scheming up, um, dissecting the scriptures or scripture. I forget how we worded it, but it's basically going to be us showing y'all the screen. And we're going to go through each word together, each verse together. All right. Showing you the origin of this word, what it actually meant, X, Y, and Z, whatever, whatever. And just read that entire chapter in context of what our forefathers put it in when they wrote it. All right, so instead of us just reading it, you're gonna actually see it, visually see it, go through the Strongs, whatever, whatever, and just read it how we read it, man. It's gonna be simple as that. It ain't gonna be too much flashiness. It's gonna be straight down the middle. We ain't doing no toss plays. We ain't doing no pistol options. We ain't doing none of that. We going right down the middle.
Dives.
That's right,
33
dive, bro.
dive. 22
33,
dive.
32, ISO. That's it. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's grab this verse real quick so I hope you understand what's going on with this trial, man. All right. It says First Peter 4:12. It says, "Beloved, think it not strange." All right. Think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you. You see that? So you're gonna have some strange things happen unto you in this truth, man. That's just the bottom line. You're not going to escape it. All right. Strange things are gonna happen unto you. You might wake up one day, your leg hurting, knee hurting, hip hurting, out of nowhere, and plaguing you for like the rest of that day or plaguing you for the rest of the month. It's to try you. All right. Let's see if
Read
you're
that
just gonna
again,
give up.
brother.
All right. First Peter 4:12. It says, "Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you.
Stop right
But
there. Stop
uh,
right there. Listen, read that one more time. Listen to the thing, good Israel.
all right.
Really hear what just happened right there. Something happened right there. It was not just words.
Nah, let's get it again. It says, "Beloved, think it not
Go
strange
ahead.
concerning the fiery trial which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened unto you."
Mm. Did you hear that?
Uh, verse 13.
Nothing. Go ahead.
But rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Christ's sufferings, or Yahweh's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. Mm, break that down, bro. Talk to him.
I'm gonna the way I'm gonna break it down to him. Is we're gonna go back. I'm gonna. There's so much just in those few words,
That's right.
but I'm gonna get past the fact that don't treat this like some strange thing happened, as it said. Read the second half where it talked about how Mashiach.
All right. This is verse 13. It says, but rejoice. Remember the last verse in Sirach, we said, be cheerful, right?
Hmm.
But rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Yahweh's sufferings. Mm,
Right there. Stop
that.
right there. Do you
Okay.
really? And then listen, because we could stay on this discussion with you until the middle of next year. We don't
Right.
want to leave. You see that? We want to deal with all issues. If you heard anything else from any other brothers, tell them to label with you. You got a million questions. Question their ass. You understand that? We want you to question what we're talking about because we have the same questions. The answers are found in this book. Okay.
Right.
Now, the brother was reading about suffering that Hamashiach went through. Do you take that in? I spent long time the other day just really just thinking about, wow, Hamashiach actually died for us. He left his heavenly habitation
Right.
at the right hand of the Father to come down to this stinking rat hole for some ungrateful niggas.
Right.
You
Yeah.
see that? That don't give a damn about him. He still came. He still labored. He was still humble. He was still loving. You understand that? And you need to think about that, as do I and every other Hebrew. What he did. This is not a book. You ain't reading no Aesop
No,
fables.
sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna go over here to Isaiah in the 53rd. Here's the thing, especially you non whatever you call yourself, messianics or whatever,
That's right.
who have believed our report, and to whom is the arm of the Lord Yahweh
That's
revealed.
right.
For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant. Again, using metaphors related to agriculture.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay? For he shall grow up before him as a tender plant and as a root out of a dry ground.
Mm.
Wow. A root out of a dry
Out of a
ground.
dry ground, huh, brother? Not well soiled, huh? Not watered, right? Out of a dry ground, huh? That's a miracle as far as I'm concerned.
Mm.
You walking in the desert and you see a tree come out the ground. How?
How?
How? You see that?
How?
That's a miracle.
If it ain't no
Okay.
miracle, then you do it.
Yes, right. You go to a beach and plant me some vineyards, nigga.
Thank you.
You do that for me. Okay. See, it's showing you as well the miracle in Isaiah of Yahweh's birth. You see that? What's a miracle in sowing a seed into a regular ground and it's
Thank you.
coming out, a root? There's nothing. It's not a miracle. Nothing is marvelous about that. But what is marvelous is a root growing out of a dry ground. Miracle, brother.
He
All
hath
right.
no form nor comeliness. He don't look good. He ain't got on flashy clothes. His hair
Mm-hmm.
ain't whipped all up. You see that? Beard well groomed and all of this.
That's right.
He hath no form nor comeliness. And when we shall see him, there is no beauty that we should desire him.
Mm.
He is despised and rejected of men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. And we hid as it were our faces from him. He was despised, and we esteemed him not.
Mm.
I'm not going to read it all. There's going to be a time for that, but I just wanted to go through a little bit. That's what Yahweh Shai's life was here on earth as he walked in the flesh.
That's right. I'm talking
Then
about
we have to suffer with him. Go ahead, brother.
yeah. We're talking about the person who created it. You see that? He went through shit on this earth, man. That's what it told you. He ain't had no good life, dog. He wasn't living lavishly out here. He
And
was
wasn't
riding
he
on
homeless?
donkeys.
Wasn't he homeless?
Absolutely. He said he didn't have a place to lay his head at. But see,
But
we
still,
saw.
he found a way to go and pray unto his father.
Yep,
Still, he found a way to characterize Israel.
yep, yep. On top of that, you didn't hear him complaining about food or water or shelter. He wasn't complaining about none of that because the Most High got him. You see that? And that's how we supposed to be operating. We should be tripping off the bills. You see that? Nah, don't be tripping off no bills. The Most High got you. Then he said he supplies the birds with food every day.
Hmm.
How much the more for you? For you are more special than the birds
That's
or the
right.
fowls of heaven. You see that?
Correct.
Go ahead,
The
brother.
sparrow. Okay. Listen,
Mm-hmm.
Israel, again, we would love to stay here with you and keep you here with us. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Until the early morning. But we know everybody has to get back doing what they got to do. We got to go study some more, as do you. So we will wrap this up regretfully, okay? But this has been a first, not a last, Lord will. And we're going to have more of these because we just need to get together and read Israel and discuss what we're reading and
Right.
discuss the state of this
Let's
nation,
discuss it, man. Let's have a congregation and congregate, man, and
okay?
discuss these issues in Israel. There's always a council. You see that? When people had discussions on what's going on with Israel. Always. We don't have that anymore. See, now we, provide through the spirit a platform for the brothers and the sisters to come to this platform, ask your questions in the chat. If you want to jump onto the hangouts, drop your emails. We'll chat with you.
Mm-hmm.
We don't run from
Mm-hmm.
nobody. We will have a conversation with anybody. Brothers, sisters, great, small, whoever. Drop your emails in the chat or whatever. Drop your numbers. We gave out our numbers. Call us. You
Thank
see
you.
that? Call us,
Thank
man.
you.
We here. All right. I got
And let me say one more thing too.
uh
To all the sisters, let me tell you something, sisters. A lot of sisters, really wonderful critical thinkers. Okay, brother was just bringing it out last night. Brothers, you gotta up your game because these sisters, they thinking. Okay, but let me say this unto your sisters as well. Up your game. Okay. Now I've reached out to many, many, many sisters. Where the hell you at? We need your help. The women, the children need your help. Howbeit, you haven't hooked up with Destroya, with Zuriah Solomon, and talked about how to advance this ministry. We want you to show up and we want to figure out and devise plans as to how to grow this ministry. If there is one Hebrew that is awakened, that means there's 1,000 of them who ain't awakened.
That's right.
See that?
That's right.
So that means there's much work to be done.
Much
And
work.
sisters, you are essential to this taking place. So come with us, sisters. Let's go. You see that?
Yeah,
Let's teach.
we not like these other camps out here that don't, have our sisters out, teaching other sisters. See, that's the point. You women, our sisters got to teach other women how to be presentable women and daughters of Zion. You see that? How? How you going to do that if you're not a daughter of Zion? You got to
What
be
did the
able to
scripture
teach
say?
these sisters. Yeah,
Ye are
right.
daughters of Sarah, if
If you
ye
do
do
well,
well.
that's right. If you do well, you see that you can't just claim to be a daughter of Sarah and you don't do well. That is not how that works. You got to do well, man. That's an honorable title. You
Hmm,
see that? Honorable title. You can't just walk around with that loosely and be talking about doing X, Y, and Z stuff that's not pertaining to the law
hmm.
and calling yourself a daughter of Sarah. No good. No good. It don't work like that. I got one last verse for y'all too before we step off this joint real quick. I want to bring this out. First Peter 1. First Peter 1:6, it says, wherein ye greatly rejoice, that now for a season, if need be, you are in heaviness through manifold temptation. You see that? So for a season, we going through our manifold temptations right now. All right. Verse 7. It says that the trial of your faith. Hmm. So that's the fiery trial, huh? The fiery trial is for your faith. See that? The fiery trial of your faith, all right? Verse 7, that the trial of your faith being much more precious than of gold that perisheth, though it be tried with fire. So that's what's tried in the fire, brothers and sisters. All right? It's your faith that's being tried, man. All right? Might be found unto praise and honor and glory at the appearing of Yahushua. You see that? So that's what you got to be able to get through your understanding. You gonna go through this fiery trial for your faith's sake. You see that? Because the Most High don't want you to go through no trial, no fiery trials. Then are ye bastards. He don't care about you. You just gonna burn. Wherever he got you going, whatever the lake of fire is, which we can't conceptualize with our feeble minds, being earthly men. We don't understand what that means.
Mhm.
But we do understand that it's something that you don't want to be a part of. Because your flesh got one death, but your spirit got another death. Now I know the Most High not gonna throw your spiritual flesh or your spiritual body, because your spirit don't have flesh, but he's not gonna throw your spiritual body in a carnal fire. You see that? He got another type of fire set for your spirit.
Hmm.
You see that? Another type of fire set for your spirit to burn. I don't think you want no parts of that. I know I don't. You see that? I don't want no parts of that. I don't want no smoke with the Most High. I'm good on
Nah,
that.
nah.
All right. So understand, Israel, you gotta go through the fiery trial for your faith's sake. All right. So with that, I say all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. What you're getting, let you get understanding and hold fast to that which is good. All right. Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Rest up, rest easy. We be back to y'all, Lord will real soon. All right.
That's right. Shalom, Israel.